Nowadays, every other person is talking literally so bad about data domain. Why? Because obviously when you spread negativity, you will get attention. But in return, hardworking people who are literally putting efforts will get demotivated. And I cannot see my data fam getting demotivated and misguided. So I literally sat down, started collecting the facts and data and analyzed like where our data domain is heading and how my data fam can safeguard their career in the AI era. Because obviously some concerns are valid due to AI, so you need to be prepared for those special areas. So if you are a data professional, the next 9 minutes will be so crucial for you. And yes, I would need some extra support to spread this information with every single data professional. So your one like, comment, share, subscribe, hype will really help. Let's get started. So basically, right after the launch of ChatGPT in 2022, I was seeing headlines that data professionals are not needed anymore just because it was able to generate the SQL queries and Python code. But nothing happened in the job market of the data domain. Then Claude came into the picture in 2024. Again, same headlines, same tension, again. Nothing happened. And now fast forward to today, 2026. If you will read some reports backed by data, you will realize that the data domain is in demand and demand is continue to grow. Then why people are actually spreading negativity? Here comes the twist. In the past few years, we have witnessed so many layoffs across software engineers, front-end developers, and so many roles. But do you know what? These layoffs were never happened due to AI. It happened due to the ripple effect. And it's very interesting, it will blow your mind. So first of all, just tell me who owns AI. Obviously the big companies. So how they can sell AI? By obviously showing the importance and demand for AI. And do you know how did they do it? Those big companies started overhiring the talent and they started laying off those people within the short period of time by saying that AI can do their job, we do not need this talent. And then ripple effect started. The over advertisement of AI actually made those small and middle companies believe that AI can actually replace the talent, and they started laying off the people, talent in masses. And then what happened? AI was not mature enough to replace any talent, and we have already seen that AI has literally deleted the databases of the organization. Then those strict companies started seeing the truth and they started rehiring that talent to fix the mess. This is called economics. Now here comes my favorite part. Because we have already seen all of this mess, data domain now is even in more demand because it is the only space which empowers AI. Now companies are not ready to take any risk, especially with data. And now let me just explain how this domain is one of the safest areas right now in the AI world. Let's take the example of any data professional, let's say a data engineer. So data engineer is not just writing the code. Data engineer is actually wiring up so many tools and technologies in order to deliver the final data solution. He is responsible for right modeling, right governance, right data quality checks, and obviously security. And LLMs are not designed to do this at all. LLMs can only predict the next token. That means LLMs can predict your next code. That's it. And this is why there are so many areas which only require to write code are being replaced by AI, but not data domain. I hope you understood this point. But Ansh, Lamba, do you know what? We can actually see so many of the tasks in the data domain are also automated by AI. I agree. Yes, I agree. But what are those tasks which are being replaced by AI? Tell me. Those are the repetitive tasks that you get from the stakeholders, and they does not actually require any kind of domain knowledge, architecture understanding, design thinking, any business knowledge, nothing. Now be with me for the next few minutes and I will tell you how AI is integrated with the data domain so that you can be prepared for it. First of all, there are two major areas where AI actually sits in the data domain. The very first one is productivity. The second one is agents. Let's talk about the productivity first. So in the last few years, we have seen a lot of productivity tools which are helping data professionals to increase their productivity. For example, let's say Claude Code, Codex, which can be directly integrated into your IDE and can write the code for you much faster. But now the problem is it is you who need to understand all of these tools and you need to integrate these tools in your day-to-day activities. Why? Because just think about it. Let's say you were just building something using, let's say, Spark notebook. So the same notebook which was taking around 1 week to build, now you can just perform the same thing in just 1 day. This is what companies are looking for right now. So AI is not replacing you, but obviously someone who knows how to work with these AI tools is, and it is called productivity advantage. Makes sense. The other person can deliver the same value much faster than you. Simple. Now let's talk about the agents. So basically agents are what? These are the programs which can do the work on your behalf. For example, a data agent can serve all of these business stakeholders and can answer their queries. The agent can write SQL queries, SQL scripts, Python code, everything, right? And they can just send them back to the stakeholders. But the problem is it is you again who will build this data agent. Why? Just think about it. Who knows the business domain, who knows the data, who knows the architecture, who knows the inner workings of those particular models? You. Then obviously you need to take the ownership, because you cannot expect from a software engineer to understand things like incremental loading, upserts, dimensional data modeling, slowly changing dimensions. They do not know these things. Are you getting my point? Now you will say that once the agent is built, then obviously it will replace me. I will not be required at all. What? Are you serious? Let's say you have built a dashboard or a warehouse. Once that solution was built, were you not required? Obviously, yes, you were required, because after development, operations part are also there, and same is the case with the agents. Once the agents are built, who will maintain those agents? Who will perform the continuous enhancement or improvement? You. And that's how this corporate world works. It is never about only development. Development is just 10 to 20%, rest of the 80% is just operations. Got it? Now there can be one myth that should I now become a full stack AI engineer? Obviously no. No one is asking you to become a full stack AI engineer, but basic understanding of RAG, agentic frameworks like Langchain, productivity tools like Claude Code will really help you a lot. And if you want to confirm this thing, you can even go to any job portal and search for the roles. You will see these skills listed there. And this is one of the major reasons that I started creating content about AI as well on this channel. I have literally created masterclasses for the data domain, such as RAG, LLMs, Langchain, Claude Code, literally everything for free, so that my data fam can be prepared for this new AI data era as well. So in short, companies are hiring for data professionals and demand is growing and will continue to grow. You just need to make sure only one thing, that you are acquiring the right AI skills as well, because your role is evolving, but demand is growing as well. You do not need to worry at all. Just stick with this domain. Just try to learn more and more things, be competitive, and everything is good. Make sense? So that's all I wanted to say in this video, and I hope you really like the facts and the data that we have discussed today. Just share your thoughts in the comment section, and happy learning.